People are so lucky that they didn't live in the Jurassic period, when many of the biggest, scariest, and deadliest predators in history roamed the earth. We thought that many of these animals had died out millions of years ago. But other animals still roam the world today that are similar to us in size. Some of these animals have still not been found in the deepest parts of the universe, but many have been captured and put on display for us to see. The biggest animals ever captured. Megabat? Bats have long been at the center of many horror flicks as blood-sucking demons or merciless women killers, and with the recent news of massive bats, the size of a man, there might be some basis for these stories in real life. One of these human-shaped bats was captured by a military personnel group some years ago in the Filipino forest. Though the image may appear unbelievable at first, these massive bats do exist and are called large flying foxes, or the old world fruit bats. They are found lurking the local skies in the Philippines with a wingspan that can extend nearly up to 6 feet. However, other than their terrifying sight, you have little to worry about when close to megabats, as they don't suck blood or eat fetuses, as fairy tales paint them to be. Rather, they feed on nectar, big fruits, and pollen. As you would have already figured out, megabats are the largest bat species ever, with a size comparable to some adult pterosaurs believed to have gone extinct for more than 60 million years ago. Big salamander from Asia. If you and your friends were to argue about how big a salamander is, the number that would probably come up top is so big it fits in your palm. But we have to tell you that these slimy, creepy-looking creatures can get much bigger than that. They can grow up to 5 feet long and 143 pounds heavy, especially if they're an Asian salamander like this one that was found stuck on a road near the Camel River in Kyoto, Japan. People say that Asian giant salamanders are the biggest frogs. They are also one of the rarest types of amphibians in the world, with a population that is shrinking every day because of habitat loss. The world's biggest crocodiles. Lolong was 20 feet 3 inches long and weighed 2,370 pounds. He was the biggest crocodile ever caught and kept as a pet. He was also one of the biggest crocodiles ever measured from nose to tail. If you haven't seen our video, you should. On September 3, 2011, Lolong was caught alive in Bunawan Township. Like all saltwater crocodiles, Lolong was hunted after he was suspected of attacking several people. The hunt lasted for 3 weeks, and it took about 100 people to bring him to land. During his capture, he became aggressive several times, breaking his chains more than twice. Surprisingly, after a few months in captivity at a crocodile farm in the Philippines, Lolong became calm. Many people were surprised by how well he got along with people, and he made people in the area appreciate nature more. Whale sharks. This big shark's body was found off the coast of Pakistan on February 7, 2012. This isn't the first time that such a huge animal has been brought into Pakistan's seaport Karachi, but this is one of the biggest catches in the country's history. It came close to the record for the biggest confirmed whale shark, which was 41 feet long. Even though it was dead, it took 4 hours and 5 cranes to bring it in. The Goliath bird eater. Many people, including kids, keep tarantulas as pets, and spider lovers even call them the king of arachnids because of their huge size. But for people with arachnophobia, a tarantula is the worst thing that could happen. While most tarantulas are giant spiders, one species called the Goliath is actually a beautiful animal. Meetings with frogs, birds. Entomologist and photographer Piotr Nazrecki from the Harvard University and Museum of Comparative Zoology caught one of these hard-to-find animals while walking in the Guyana rainforest. The tarantula is now kept in the museum as a reminder of its history and as an important teaching tool. The colossal squid. Throughout history, colossal squids have been described as sailors' worst nightmares, from the Kraken to the Cthulhu. This is mainly because they are the biggest animals without bones and eat big fish. They are known for fighting sperm whales and sleeper sharks all the time. What's even stranger is that a big chunk of their food has to go through the middle of their brains before it can reach their stomachs. The largest live giant squid was 1,091 pounds. The giant was brought up from the depths after it accidentally ate a toothfish that the team had hooked and baited. It took more than 2 hours to pull it up, and it was almost dead before it got to the top. It was brought up for scientific study. When it was closed up, the squid was 33 feet long. It is now on show at the Te Papa Museum in Wellington, New Zealand, as the only complete colossal squid. The Alaskan and Yukon moose. Moose, also called elk, are huge and scary animals that look kind of majestic when you look at the wide antlers spread out on their heads. Moose are the tallest animals in North America and the largest deer species. The Alaskan Yukons are thought to be the biggest elk in terms of body and antler size. The big question is, how big was the biggest ala? The Medusa. The Medusa at the Edge of Hell haunted house, which was built in 1975 by the Full Moon Production Company in Kansas City, looks like a mythical Greek goddess. She is actually a reticulated python, and at 25.1 feet, she is the world's largest snake ever kept as a pet. Reticulate pythons are constrictors, which means they kill their prey by wrapping their big muscles around it. This thing is twice as heavy as a reindeer and bigger than a full-grown cow. The green anaconda. And sometime in 2016, this huge snake you see in the video was found on a construction site in Brazil after a controlled explosion in the cave of Altamira. Even though worried environmentalists had warned the workers about the risks of destroying natural habitats, Gilas's contractors went ahead with the project anyway, and as expected, one of the animals that died, along with many microscopic organisms, was this huge anaconda that weighed, giving this video a like. Hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell will bring you 25 years of great happiness. Try it, it works. The blue whale. Many of you wouldn't be surprised to see a whale on the list, but there's more to a whale than meets the eye, especially when it comes to blue whales, which are known to be so big that even the biggest dinosaurs couldn't compete. Whales are also the deepest divers in the world, have the heaviest tongues, and are the biggest migrators in the animal kingdom. Even though they are the world's biggest animals, and by far the biggest animals that live in our oceans, blue whales are not the most common fish. That honor goes to the whale shark, because whales are not considered fish, but mammals, because they breastfeed their young, which consumes more than 50 gallons of milk every day. Okay, it's time to go, but before we do you remember the best pick on the list? Amazonian red-tailed fish. Fish was caught that is actually not the fish I want. That is a huge red-tailed catfish back in 2018. A group of fishermen on their journey were appalled at the thrilling discovery of a man-eating fish known as a red-tailed fish. The terrible, shocking sight of an enormous fish was nothing short of a treat for the sea mariners who could not believe their eyes witnessing the giant man-eating red tail. Caught on camera, Arapaima Amazonian fish. Arapaima, being the rarest fish of the Amazon, could make your trip really fascinating in the Amazon River. An unusual sight was caught in 2015 when a couple of researchers set off on their Arapaima expedition journey. Following the continuous struggle and efforts, a huge one got caught on their fish hook unexpectedly. The fish was a giant arapaima, which turned his excitement into an unwavering struggle of handling the sea monster, the huge fish. Comprising almost 7 feet in length and weighing 200 to 250 pounds, made the anglers experience an unforgettable one. Amazonian red bushmaster snake. Peruvian Amazon, South America is fully packed with terrible giant creatures and also possesses this immense bushmaster snake. Alright guys, we just came up on a bushmaster ready to be mesmerized by the upcoming unusual sight. A group of people while strolling the Amazon rainforest spotted the world's largest viper on its night hunt. One of the daring men fearlessly caught the huge pit viper snake by his hand and handled it brilliantly, making this sight really jaw-dropping for the viewers of the Amazon being the world's largest. A blind worm snake. Biodiverse rainforest has numerous terrible creatures undiscovered. This Amazonian creature is one of them, which was discovered in the Amazon by Hazen Odell while crisscrossing the open grass of the rainforest. They encountered an incredibly low, rare, 7-striped worm-like animal. Anonymous insect left the onlookers really stunned. Later, researchers claimed that it was a rare blind worm snake that lives in the Earth's lungs, the tropical rainforest. Amazon peacock bass. Fearless sailor set off on his journey, where he experienced a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The onlooker's heart rushed when the incredibly giant creature emerged from the depths of the tranquil ocean. In front of him was a peacock bass fish. Showcasing the magnificent power of nature, the giant fish was captured sparkling in vivid colors, making the moment really heartwarming. Stridulate. The Amazon is packed with terrifying, weird, and huge bugs, and this insect is really colossal. What do you think? This huge creature is a spider or an insect? Well, in the Peruvian Amazon, this dreadful insect left spectators amazed with its rare and huge features, possessing big, powerful mandibles and huge eyes. This giant insect, termed as a stridulate, proved itself as one of the greatest Amazonian predators. Moldy sloth. Forest zipline in the region of Costa Rica. Unsuspecting of the danger that lurked in front of him, the child, along with the tour guide, ran into the sloth, making the sloth cling to the zipline and enjoy the view. The spectators were stunned, as the sloth could even cut the zipline with its sharp nails. Sloths possess hundreds of insects in their algae-filled hair and keep molding during the rainy season. Luckily, both of the onlookers escaped the unexpected sloth encounter. Giant salamander. Giant salamander in the world of terrifying creatures. This living entity cannot be left behind. While hunting the mythical sea monster known as a child-eating monster, a group of sea divers made an incredible discovery. A sea monster was hiding under the tranquil waves of the river. Upon its discovery, he then made a staggering entry by transforming himself into a completely aggressive porter hanzaki. After moments of agonizing, the team became successful in analyzing the sea creature. Giant black slug. Would you dare to touch or witness such a terrible-looking alien creature? A couple of men during their coastal visit turned their disappointment into complete excitement, becoming enthralled by the huge size and the exotic black color of the sea slug. They couldn't believe their own eyes. The black slimy figure made their experience really thrilling, as they had never witnessed a sea slug of this huge size before. Shocking isopod. Shocking isopod. Well, if you thought sharks are the only good hunters of the ocean, you are absolutely wrong. They are also the favorite food of another species living underwater. Are you ready to witness the incredible sight of a shark becoming prey? Here it is, caught in 2022. This footage made the sea researchers really perplexed, as no one had witnessed such an unbelievable encounter before. However, they later claimed that it was a giant isopod who aggressively took away that shark's life. Harpy eagle. Harpy eagles are one of the rarest fearsome predators of the Amazon forest. The moments were captured when in the Amazon a harpy eagle was caught trying to hunt monkeys. During his hunting, it spotted its prey in front of his eyes and Within no time, utilizing his strong great talents, it became easily successful in hunting a large monkey for the world's most powerful eagles. The demolition of a whole monkey island is not a big deal. Giant sawfish. Guess the rareness of a sea creature for whom a sea mariner had to wait 20 years in 2015. A fisherman could not believe his eyes when in Australia, he became successful in catching the rare and biggest 7-foot sawfish. After 20 years of unwavering struggle, he made his sawfish hunting successful. He became determined to know that the caught giant sea creature, a formidable predator, would not attack humans. Black Pacu. Black Pacu, witness another magnificent yet fatal sea monster with me. This sea creature made the sea mariner's sight really unbelievable. When after continuous struggling, a rare fish approached his fishhook on witnessing the rare toothless fish. He became both stunned and perplexed, as he had never caught such a strange vegetarian fish before after letting the sea creature return. His experience became really worthwhile when he got to know that he had captured the rare black pacu fish, a river monster living within the Amazon River. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel before we complete this video. Thank you.